Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, or welcome if you haven't been here before. We are just going to jump right into the topic of this video today, which is making time for the things that we want to do when we are feeling bogged down by responsibility. And specifically for me, the way that comes up in my life is through losing time for the creative things that I love and feeling like I don't have an ideal amount of time to do them, but also how I'm shifting my mindset to be more accepting of that and also to incorporate these creative things into my life in a bit more integrated way. I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but it actually took me a very, very long time to realize that I was even a creative person or an artistic person or anything like that. I guess I just told myself I wasn't when I was younger, especially because I can't really say that I'm amazing at any of the creative things that I do, but what I started to realize is it doesn't really matter how good I am at something. What matters is the feeling that it brings me when I'm doing it. So things like painting and making these videos and some other things you'll see throughout this video are ways that I'm able to bring myself a lot of calmness and peace in my life. And I kind of just feel like I need them, and I need them to feel like myself. That process of creating something is really important to me. And so as life has gotten a lot busier and my commitments have just piled on top of each other, I have found myself feeling really scared of losing those types of things in my life. The way I've been sorting out my thoughts about this subject is by breaking up the creative things I like to do into different categories. And this first one is what you're seeing right now, and it's what I would call results-oriented creativity. So please bear with me on these categories. They sound a little extra, but painting is one of these for me. Making YouTube videos is another one. And really what I mean by it is I know that they are things that I am more attached to the end result. So with painting, for example, even though the process is fun and enjoyable, I'm really not going to feel satisfied until I can hold up a completed picture. Thinking about it in this way has really just allowed me to understand myself more and know that I'm going to need a little bit more dedicated time, energy, and focus for these things. And so if I'm not able to do them but a couple times a month, it's not something that I need to beat myself up about, and I've been kind of relying on other forms of creativity to give me more of that daily fulfillment. I am really struggling to find a good spot to film in this house, so I'm sorry if you can hear any road noise. I'm right next to the window, but it's been hard to find somewhere that is quiet and private and has good lighting, so this is kind of just what I have right now. I'm just taking a break from some work right now to come chat with y'all. I've been enjoying showing my face a little bit more in these videos. Even though talking to the camera still gives me a lot of anxiety, and I'm acknowledging it because I find when I acknowledge it, I start to relax a little bit more and I can be more myself. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the topic of this video a little bit more and I guess give a little life update because it's also relevant to this video. I recently started a master's degree. And if you have been following this channel for a while, you might know that I started this channel when I was in grad school. So I actually got a master's degree already a couple of years ago. I've decided to pursue a second one for career advancement related reasons. And yeah, I don't know. It's been really interesting to just kind of see my time dissolve away from me and become less and less of my own, or at least that's how it feels. And I think that's a universal experience of adulthood. Pretty much no matter what you're pursuing in your adult life, I think busyness just finds us, and I don't know, it's just time is just traveling faster, and it feels more and more like there's not enough of it. And I definitely know that that's pretty much a universal experience. But when it came to deciding to do another master's program, one of the things that scared me the most was just like, how am I gonna still make time for myself? Like, the most important thing I can do with the time that I actually have to myself is do things that help me feel creative and kind of remind me of the creative person that I am. I feel like that is really hard because I feel like it's just undervalued as a whole. And it's just, it's pretty much the first thing I think most of the time that falls by the wayside when we find ourselves just busy with responsibilities. It has been interesting to navigate this master's so far, continue to work full time. Doing this YouTube channel is part of how I maintain my creativity. I'm really trying to like not let the videos get too far apart, but it's really hard. I've been finding ways to kind of try to shift my mindset and accept more that I just have less time for some of the things that I used to have more time for. I have less time that I find ideal to be able to paint and play my piano and do my YouTube channel. And I'm trying really hard to accept that while simultaneously coming up with ways to like still tap into my creativity in ways that fit in with my daily routine a little bit more. And yeah, I guess if you want to know more about how I'm juggling things and maintaining my sanity as I go through full-time school and working full-time, I definitely think I'll be making more videos about it, just because it's kind of just a huge part of my life right now and I can't really separate myself from it. I think Justin is here.
What you doing? You recording a little video?
Yeah.
What you recording a video about?
I was trying to do a little talking segment.
A little talking segment?
Yeah. Your haircut looks nice.
Thank you. Oh, you're getting your haircut today?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah.
So a couple of months have actually passed between these clips and the first clips of me painting, and that is because that was actually the last time that I painted, and I did not realize how long it had been until I started editing this video. But in the time between, my flower garden has actually come into bloom. The wiggle test allows you to see if a flower is ready to be cut yet or not. This one is not ready yet. I felt like it was the perfect example of this next category, if you will, which is what I call integrated creativity. Sorry about the names. I know they are a little silly, but really what I mean by that is it's something that it feels like a constant in my life. It's something that is not results oriented because the result is ever evolving. And in that way, I can really just allow myself to enjoy the process. It's also something that requires daily maintenance. So even when I don't really want to, I am always being called back to the garden to do more. And even if I'm only going to give it a quick water, I usually end up pulling weeds or cutting some flowers or harvesting something. And I've come to view this as a much more creative pursuit than I ever thought it was, because something about growing something yourself is so amazing. And especially since now I'm growing cut flowers and making arrangements and stuff like that, and exploring more landscaping type gardening, it absolutely is such a creative pursuit, and it's so much fun. And it's been a huge way that I've been able to get that more daily dose of creativity in my life. Lastly, I want to talk about something I call quick fix creativity. And this one is all about it being not a big time commitment, for one, but also there is a result involved, but the result is so low stakes that it doesn't feel like I need to dedicate a lot of time, planning, focus, and energy to be able to participate in the creative thing. And that is really the key for me with this. Arranging flowers is my biggest example of this because the result is very low stakes and it's also temporary by nature. So I don't get caught up in worrying about that. It's also just quick. I can do this in 15 to 20 minutes, so it's easy to incorporate even into a busy day. Another example I have of this is my clothes. So maybe putting a little bit of extra effort into planning a really cute outfit that feels like a piece of creative expression to me, even if it's just for work or something like that. But this has been a huge way that I've kind of stayed in touch with the creative side of myself. So that is pretty much all I have for this video, and I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I thank you for bearing with me as I kind of live process some of these thoughts, and as always, I hope that you enjoyed. Leave your thoughts below, and I will see you in the next one.